Just need you watch over us. Fall to the weapons they aiming against us. She want my attention. I need me an Instagram model that don't even be on the Insta. It's to be continued. That Baltimore podcast subscription on Patreon. Go get your issue. It's to be continued. That Baltimore podcast subscribers on Patreon. Go get your issue. It's to be continued. Need you watch over us. Need you watch over us. Need you watch over us. Need you watch. Just need you watch over us.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Baltimore podcast, episode number 20, 30.
30. Big 30. Big Steph Curry 30. Baltimore podcast, episode 30. What's cracking?
30 on that ass, bro. 30. Come on, man. This shit not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy to put up a big 30 like Steph Curry. It's never easy putting up a Steph Curry 30. But Baltimore podcast, we're here for the big 30. How's we doing this afternoon? How's we doing?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm doing motherfucking lovely, nigga. Like, man, week one, I'm not gonna lie, I am a little stressed out, but I'm only stressed out because I'm allowing myself to be, and I'm putting this pressure on myself of next month's rent, because I know I gotta make that shit in like 2 weeks for real. So like, I got it planned out. Like, I got the flyers that I'm putting out. I'm going door to door with businesses. I'm building this clientele. I know how many doors I need to hit. I know how many people I need to talk to, and I know from that how many people will sign up. So it's just about hitting the numbers. They taught us this in SFE. Hit the numbers. You'll get your shit.
It's based off the law of average. You need to know the amount of people that you need to talk to get to the result that you need to get to, and that is getting the deal closed for you to get the money in your pocket. But as he was talking, there's some things that's been on my mind as well. What I've realized is,
make sure you talking into the mic.
Oh yeah. One thing I realized is I could be really stubborn. I could really, be prideful, really be arrogant. Could be an egotistical bastard, some would call it. And, I realized that I need to listen to the people around me more than I listen to myself at times. Because at times when I want to trust myself, those are the times I need to trust myself the least, because those are the times that I, crash out or make horrible decisions if I leave it up to myself. But to that, one thing that's been on my mind that I want to, get to everyone is being comfortable with being uncomfortable. A lot of people in my corner, especially to the guy to my left, he was telling me that I need to get more comfortable with being uncomfortable. I've been too comfortable, where I'm at based on what's around me, based on, the things that I've achieved. He's telling me that I need to be more great. I need to pursue more greatness. Because I've been lacking on it. And he's right. What was you about to say? Keep going.
Like, I'm saying, yeah, bro, like, it is being uncomfortable. This situation I'm in is uncomfortable as hell. I'm not going to lie to you. But I know it's progress, because I think about where I was like a month ago. Like,
Talk about it.
I was literally living outside. Like, I was living behind the boot barn. There's a boot barn, Cockeysville, Maryland. Really in Texas, Maryland. That's what it's called.
Mm-hmm.
I was behind the boot barn, man. And, they got an outlet out there. They got some steps there. I was hitting my push-ups. Ain't nobody fuck with me, bro. They was just letting me do my thing. I slept out there for probably 3 nights. During the day, I went to the library, refresh my mind, get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? I'm really looking at it like a video game. Like, that's really how I have to look at it. Because, like, I can't get too comfortable with these jobs. I need a job, though. I won't put off getting a job, because I've actually been applying for several jobs. I probably, within this past week, I applied for 10 to 15 jobs, because I know that is a backup plan. That is a surefire way of money, and right now, if I want to keep this afloat, I need guaranteed money. So it's hitting my numbers, but it's also opening the door for like if God want to bless me with a job, bless me with that job. You know what I'm saying? I use it. I use it efficiently. I will. But I don't know, man. Like, how does making a job make you feel? Like, cause how long you been at for, or where you been at?
Well, where I've been at, I've been there for 4 years, and it's just um I think of it as, like you said, just something that can I could use in terms of the tools to, help me get to where I need to in terms of financial education and putting some more peso on my pocket so I can support the people that's around me, so I can support the podcast, so I can support, you know, the people that's depending on me that I don't know that's really depending on me until it's time for them to depend on me. Um,
Like, do you feel like a weight? Like, do you feel pressure on your shoulders? Cause I would think with a job for 4 years, mind you, I've never had a job for 4 years. Like, I commend you on sticking with one job for this long. Um, what, do you feel pressure or do you feel like comfortable? Like, you know, like, cause you'll know how much you'll make every other week. You know how much you getting every month. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta worry about where I'm gonna get this
I
money
feel
from.
that it's pressure because even though I am very grateful and blessed, where I'm at and, the people that's around me and the tools that I have access to. But it's still pressure because I am still thinking about the result, the end result that I want to get to. Am I thinking too far into the future instead of thinking, on the moment ahead of me and taking it day by day? Absolutely. Do I need to, be more mindful of making the most of the day at hand and keep in mind that I can't be having too much thought or having too much weight on the mind on yesterday because what we did yesterday we can't change, we can't take back, we can't remix it. So we just gotta let it ride what we did in the past. We can't think about tomorrow because tomorrow never came. So the only thing we can do is put in the pain for the day because today is all we have. One of the things that I've been wanting to keep more in mind and be more or do more activities involving this is being comfortable with being uncomfortable. So one of the things that I did was cop a bald head, cop the fresh baldy.
Michael Jordan.
I'm looking like Lil Bill with the bald head,
Very well.
Michael Jordan with the bald head,
Man, you gotta go buzz sometimes, bro.
Kobe Bryant with the bald head,
That mean you
Michael Jai
focus.
White with the bald head,
You focus, bro. Like whenever I see a motherfucker with a
Rick
bald
Ross
head,
with the bald head,
Joe Rogan, bro.
Joe
Like
Rogan with the bald
Stone
head,
Cold Steve Austin, bro.
Stone Cold Steve Austin with the bald head.
Bro, that it means you bout your work. You don't have time for hair. You don't have time to be bogged down by what the fuck you gonna do with a hairstyle.
Facts.
What the fuck? You focus on the bread. You focus on the task at hand. Nigga said fuck hair. Hell yeah, that's how I be when you evolving, bro. When you leveling up. Fuck hair. For
Forget
real.
it.
I don't know how long I'm gonna have this shit, cause this shit getting fucked up. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Having long hair, sometimes that shit be annoying. And plus you gotta pay to get that shit done. You know what I'm saying? Consistently. So look, man, being bald, look, that's a skill right there, bro. That's something more people should utilize for real. And plus, you know what? I just fought a nigga like last month. The first thing I did, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I grabbed that nigga hair, fucked him up. Like, and it's like, bro, when you grab a nigga hair, like you have complete control of them. It's hard to fight with hair. Somebody's gonna grab it, bro. They have complete control over you. You got a bald head, you ready to scuff some shit up. You ready to, you know what I'm saying? Get busy with a
But my
motherfucker.
thing is with the bald head, I mean, if you have short hair, you have no choice but to make sure your ones and twos is in order. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, when you when you when you say it that way, I understand why girls use the one hand with the head and get because it's, yeah, like cause you
bro.
really can't maneuver out of it unless you can unless
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm saying it's just easy. It's not just girls, nigga. It's like, bro, if you try and end the fight and that nigga got long hair, you gonna grab that nigga hair. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to end this shit. Like, bro, I'm gonna grab that nigga hair, bro. Cause they have complete control of your head and your whole body after that, bro. So yeah, man. Look, being bald is a good thing. That's evolution right there, man. And I don't know how much longer I'm gonna have the dreads, but we still rocking with them for right now. And to all my blonde white women out there, you know, if you like these blonde dreads, come holler at me. Come holler at me. I won't bite. I'm not biting.
One of the other
I
things,
might take a little nibble. You know what I'm saying?
oh man,
But say not. But yeah, you know what I'm
but
saying.
another one of the things that I did was took a cold shower.
Sheesh.
That cold shower, the first time
Very
taking
well.
that very first time dipping your body in that brick cold shower.
Yeah.
Whew,
Yeah. Like
whew.
and you know what? Just full circle to put it all together. I remember last year I was doing this shit consistently. Like I was doing this every day, and I was trying to get bro to do it. Bro was like, "Yeah." I turned the wood on cold, and I was like, "This shit dumb," and I just turned it.
Facts. I sure did. But it was one day I was in the gym getting my workout and putting in that pain. And I was, taking a shower in the gym. And I was just getting ready to get out. And I was like, you know what? I got a few more minutes to spare. Let me jump back in. And something quickly in my mental was like, you know what? You might as well just turn it on cold, see what you think about it. I was like, all right, I turned it on cold. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was very
Yeah. It's like you see your inner bitch. You see your inner bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you want to see your inner bitch, it's really take a cold shower because you will watch it leave you. You will watch your inner bitch leave you.
and then like what I had to do was just like first I started for the cold shower, hitting the back in the back of the head. So then I would have to turn around, let it hit the chest and then go back to the back. And then, after a minute of that, I couldn't regain composure. So I said, the hell with it and just jumped out the shower. But, with that being said, I still got it and I got it done. But
Like this was the first time?
the first time,
How long you think you was in there? Like 30 seconds or what? What you do?
it humbly, I will say a minute. It felt like a minute to me. It could have been less, but because there was like a good little stretch of time where I was just going back and forth between the shower hitting the back, shower hitting the chest with the cold water and just getting my breathing. And so it was probably 45, 50 seconds, honestly. But if you want to round it up, probably a minute.
So you ain't reached that point of where you just like give in. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't hit the point of
Yeah.
and just let it just ride out. I didn't get to that point.
Yeah.
I didn't get there.
Understandable. The first time it's hard to get there. Your body fighting it. Your brain like, what the fuck are you doing to my body? What are you doing to me? Stop this at once.
The second time I did it, it took like maybe 2 or 3 days later because I was just trying to. I was like, dang, I don't know. I had to mentally prepare myself for that next time.
Right.
So then when I get back to it, like I was like, all right, I took a hot shower and then the same thing I was about to get. I was like, let me try it again. So then I tried it again, got it cold. I sat there and I was able to sit there for like, it was definitely maybe a minute time. It was like a minute, 15 seconds. I did the
You got
did
control of your breathing.
yeah, but the thing was, it wasn't as cold as the second time around. So that time I did it, but I wasn't as satisfied as the result because I didn't think that it was a level up
Yeah.
from the first time. If it was that time the first time, and then the second time it was that, I'm like, okay, I think I see some improvement. But I gotta get back to it.
So you did like a minute first time, second time like a minute 15.
Yeah.
So like, have you ever sat in that bitch and just like, you know what I'm saying? Because yo, I've hit points where I stood in that bitch for over 10 minutes, bro. Like I
Oh
just
nah, I
gave
haven't.
in,
Yeah, I haven't gave in. I haven't submitted to the cold water yet. I didn't submit yet.
bro. When you give in, bro, it is one of the most godlike feelings. Like it's close to smoking weed, bro. That's what I can compare it to. Cause like it's like you you just like the water don't really affect you no more because your body is adjusted to it. So it's like you let that water hit you long enough, you don't even feel that shit for real. Like your body just get numb, and then your brain is able to like I don't know, just clear up. You know what I'm saying? Petty shit, you're not worried about it. Little shit, you're not worried about it when you hop out that bitch 10 minutes. And nigga, I remember I was telling you I was listening to Billie Eilish in that bitch, man. I ain't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? I was really
Yeah,
having
you
a
was
God
telling me you was
moment.
listening to Billy. I was like, wait, why, why,
I
why
know.
you? I was like, why her for the cold shower?
She bad as
That
hell.
was leaving a question marks. I was like, that did throw me for a blunder. I was like, out of all people, like her specifically, because when I did it, it was just a cold, straight silence. Like I needed to not hear nothing. I needed to not distract myself. I just needed my own thoughts to say, do it now. Go back in there now. Turn on the cold water now. Sit in there now. Do the breathing exercises now. Just
Yeah.
rock it out. See what
Hell,
happens.
that's really the best way. That's what Goggins say. You know, I'd be big on Goggins. He be like, fuck that music, because sometimes you're not gonna have the music, and then what you gonna use to motivate you, or is you gonna be demotivated because you don't have the music. But I honestly played the Billy because like I felt like it was talking to my inner bitch, like for real. It just like she like no fair. I was like, yeah. I be thinking all the shit I be thinking not fair and shit, and I was like, bro, I got control over this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like no, like make me cry. Crying is nothing. I've cried before. It's good to cry sometimes. I don't think you should cry in front of people. That's kind of weak. But crying alone, fuck yeah. Let them tears go, bruh. You don't know how much as men shit we be repressing, bro. Feelings, emotions we be repressing just
Damn.
because they
Yeah.
teach us, emotions is weak. That's what they teach us. Talking about your emotions is weak. Talking about, you know, just feelings is weak, but I'm here to recorrect that. You here to recorrect that. We fearlessly talking about what's going on with niggas. But yeah, let's hop into like our, falling out, I guess. Like cause the past 10 episodes, I was just doing them bitches dolo the past 10. And really, I could say, I was being the asshole. I was being a little asshole, bro. Cause I, I don't know. I was using the pod as an excuse to be an asshole, and I was scared. Really, that's really what it was. Like I didn't have stability as far as finances. I was really understanding. Like, okay, what do I do with this money? Like I've probably touched $1 million in my life. If you really think about it, you've probably already touched a M. At least like 100,000. You have most certainly touched 100,000 in your life. And
Hmm.
then you think about it like, what the fuck did I do with that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, what did I do with that shit? And it really come down to financial literacy, bro. And I realized how financially illiterate I was. And I feel like when you get a job, it encourages you to be somewhat financially illiterate sometimes. It's like that's how it's set up, you know? It's like you spend all these hours doing something you don't want to do. Then when you get your money and you get time, you like, man, I'm finna run it up. I'm finna buy some shit to make this shit worthwhile. And that's really not, the smart way to do it. And you know about this because you've been saving. Like what has encouraged you to save?
Just the fact that I was so irresponsible with my money for so long. Is now to a point where I, have thought about what I want to do, you know, going forward, how I, you know, putting things and planning things, putting it together. And, you know, I've been an asshole too. I've been really a dickhead. Because of my accomplishments, because of where I'm at, in terms of corporate America success and, you know, the things that, that I've gotten to do and the access to, places or activities that I've been blessed to be around because of what I do and who I know. It got me in a thought process, or it got me in a mindset where sometimes I think that I'm, better than somebody, or, or because of my accomplishments, you know, I feel that as if that my thought and my ways are better than someone else's. And it's like, who am I? Like, who am I to think the way that I think? Who am I to have this, ego? Who am I to, talk as if I'm better than somebody, or or say if someone's beneath me, when on the big on the big scale of things we're all the same, we're all equal as men and women, you know so with that being
But
said,
it's like with that job, man, you able to handle your responsibilities, and as a man, that is the most important thing. Being able to provide for your family, for yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you can't do that, that fucks with you. It does.
I mean, it does, but I think that as men, what we need to realize is that being a provider, it doesn't just mean money as well. I'm starting to realize that, um, being a provider, around just the people, close to me, is meaning to just actually be there, when they're having problems, especially when they're going through it mentally, being there to, set the tone, being there to, to clear all negative thoughts that's going on in the area, to clear all negative energy. Because, and as men, we are the tone setters. We are the, ones who create the space,
Yeah,
positive or negative. We're the ones who set the tone. We're the ones that are supposed to lead the way. Um,
yeah,
One of the things that, I think that I have to take more, or consider more, is having more compassion, being more patient. I think that, that term patience is a virtue.
yeah,
I think that that term is sometimes really underrated, because when it when it comes to having patience, it has a lot comes with being patient. Being patient comes with, being frustrated or overwhelmed, because you see your intentions is what is best for one, but you feel as if they're not progressing at the rate that you would want them to. Or being patient is, you feel as if you keep going over a certain, whatever the case may be, over and over and over again, and then you just feeling as if that you're just wasting breath.
mm,
um Being patient, you know comes with just having to, be humble, um having to think about, yourself in a way, and think, dang, and think, or ask yourself the question: is are people this frustrated or this impatient with me because of how I am, in terms of how measure or deal with someone, because of, their flaws, or their shortcomings. So
I
it's a
agree.
lot of things that you gotta, keep in consideration, and, being having compassion and being patient with, people, and with circumstances that I have no control of. That's one of the things that I got to keep in consideration, and I think that that will help me in the terms of moving forward, in terms of accomplishing goals.
Facts, facts. Mind you, we in headquarters too, by the way. I don't even think I mentioned that, but debut episode in HQ2, BP HQ2. Um, man, even like yo, how I lost the first episode, it's all a learning experience. Now I look at failure differently. At some point in time, I was afraid to fail because I was like, if I fail, it's not gonna look good. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bounce back. But it's like at this point in my life, I know that failure is a part of this,
Facts.
and it's people that's afraid to fail and people that's not afraid to fail. And people that's not afraid to fail is winning. They learning. If they able to pay attention to why they failed and do it differently, do it better, that's experience is the best teacher, bro. Like it really is. And I'm out here like I'm doing this, like it's Baltimore podcast episode number 30. I know what I have to do, what's on my plate. I have to earn about $900. Well, actually, like probably a little bit less than that, a little bit less than 900. But I have to earn this money, and how I earn this money is by providing this service to people. People need, their business put on. People need their voice heard. I want to host podcasts. Not only that, I want to conduct interviews, you know what I'm saying, with people that actually have businesses, that people that's trying to achieve their dreams. These are the people that I want to surround myself with. You know what I'm saying? The people that's not afraid to fail. Those are the business owners. Like those are the people that, are aspiring for more than just, a 9 to 5. Not to say it's anything wrong with a 9 to 5, but it's like the only reason why you should have that 9 to 5, or one of the main reasons why, of course, to provide for your family, but it's to build your own business, to fund your own business so you can get out of being a worker and you can be a fucking boss.
Very well.
With that, you said a very key thing. And with that key thing you said a few minutes ago, it raises a question. And the reason why I'm gonna bring it up is because it just gave me an instant thought of myself. You said it takes a willingness to step out there and fail.
Yeah.
How many people naturally are at the mindset or at the notion like, okay, I'm ready to fail?
That many. A lot of people though, they like I realize how much my family influenced me. A lot of people they doing what their parents want them to do. They doing what their kids want them to do, what their girlfriend, boyfriends want them to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be influenced by people in a circle in ways that they might not even care to mention. And it's like that's what I realized first, even before not being able to fail. It's like who's influencing me and effect is their influence having? Like I realized, I'm not gonna lie, some of my friends they doubted themselves and their ability. You was one of them. I'm not gonna lie, and I just had to see for myself. Like I was like, all right, let me just put myself away in this little corner real quick, and I have nobody doubt. You know what I'm saying? What I'm doing. And like I saw what that changed me into, and it made me like this person more, made me trust this person more, trust myself more. And then I was able to come back to my friends. Like I ain't even come back to all of them yet, but I'm saying now I feel more confident being able to even converse with David. Cause like I remember the last time, we was kind of, going back and forth, but you was like, he was like, "Yeah, man, are we that good of leaders? You know what I'm saying? Are we good enough leaders? Should we even be leading people?" And I was like, "Yeah, we should. We have a lot of experiences that people can learn from. And at the end of the day, this is just doubting." And I realized you was doubting yourself and you was doubting me. And I didn't take it personal because I realized like people project. I'm in this little, group with me and my mom. We meet every Saturday, man. It's like, a mental health group. I was telling them this shit today. People project their own issues onto other people all the fucking time. And like, you have to be aware of this. You have to be aware of the issues people are projecting onto you. You have to be careful not to absorb this. Don't absorb this shit. That's not yours. That's theirs. And a lot of times they projecting that shit because somebody their life is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Somebody is fucking projecting that shit onto them. You know, toxic shit is happening to them. That's why they're doing toxic shit to you. So yeah, I had to step away from my parents, from my friends, and I realized my family. I got a lot of good family. Shout out Aunt Diane. Shout out my cousin Tim. Shout out Greg and Nita though. I can't, I wouldn't be here without them. Um at the end of the day, bro, it's just money that we getting. And me, I realized the people that will fund you the most, even when nobody else will, is your family. If you have that, not everybody has that resource or feels like they have it. But a lot of times your family will support your dreams. They will fund your dreams because they probably wanted somebody to fund theirs. And it's like if you could be confident about it, if you could have a plan with it, you'll get a lot more financial support than you probably think. And I would, definitely, get consistent income. But I would encourage anybody who's doing their business, man, reach out to your family for support, for help. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times they will help if you show confidence and you have a plan.
Yeah, those things are true. Those things are true. But I will, you know, I agree that I wouldn't. There have times where I've doubted myself or, questioned where my place or, am I who I say I am. But there's something I do want people to take in consideration. Like when you know, ask yourself a question or you say, when you make a statement like I'm a leader or I am this, I am that, it's very important to sit down and really think about it in terms of am I really that? And what I mean by that, you have to sit down and think about it, internally and think about it in these facets. One, am I am I presenting or relaying a message that is for something for people that can get behind, that can actually result in their better well-being? Are you someone who's actually practiced what they're preaching when in terms of the message that you're conveying to the masses? Because it's easy to trick others or it's easy to deceive others who really don't know you. You can say what it's easy to get behind the camera, say I'm this, I'm that, but when the smoke clears the road, does what you say match the lifestyle that you're living?
I feel like it doesn't sometimes, and those be the breaking points. Like, cause I was in the hotels, man. All right, so my mom kicked me out. Basically, my mom she tried to say I was hallucinating and some more shit. I didn't explain this shit on episodes, the past episodes, but yeah, man, she tried to say I was hallucinating. I wasn't hallucinating. It was some real shit happening. Got in a little fight with the neighbors. Long story short, I got kicked out the crib. After I got kicked out the crib, I'm living in hotels every night. How I'm doing this is asking my family for hotel money. They don't want to see me living outside on the street, so they throwing me the hotel money, like $70 every night. After a while, $100 sometimes. After a while, like a month later, 2, 3 months later, I realize I'm spending like 3, 4K a month. You know what I'm saying? On hotels. And it's like, what the fuck? How the fuck am I even touching 3, 4K? More or less letting it go. in a month.
Facts.
And it's like paying attention to these details, like, to what you're doing. It's easy to get into a routine that's like toxic. But yeah, that's what I was doing, bro. I was spending that shit on hotels, and what happened was one night, I asked this hotel if I could come a little earlier because it was like 4 o'clock at night or 4 o'clock in the morning. It was taking me a while to get that $70, but it came through. And when I got it, I asked the hotel. I was like, "Hey, is it any way I could check in early?" You know what I'm saying? I've been booking at this hotel for like the past 2 3 weeks. I gave y'all probably like $2,000, 2 bands. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, "No, check-in is at 3," and banged on me. So I wrote a little message on they shit. I ain't gonna lie. I went on Google Maps, wrote this fucked up ass review, everything.
Do you know what the review? Do you remember what that review was
It
that you
had
wrote down?
cockroaches in it. I put 2 cockroaches in it that I found off the pictures. Just put that shit out. Like I was like, man, y'all gonna lose some business because y'all want to be hanging up on me. It was
Yeah,
just straight ego.
they definitely was failing to kick you out after that one.
Yeah, but it was the timing. It was like after they banged on me, then I immediately wrote the review. So when I came in at 3 p.m. after sitting outside, sleeping outside, reading books, I ain't gonna lie, keeping my mind right, but waiting for this 3 p.m. so I could watch the playoffs. I'm about to watch the finals. You know what I'm saying? Man, I walk in there, they like, "We don't want your business." I was like, what you mean you don't want my business? What I do? What did I do?
Like knowing daggone well you know what you did.
Dead ass. Knowing dang on well I knew what the fuck I did. And yeah, they basically was like, "Look, you gotta get a refund through the third party. We not even giving you no refund." They called the police. Man, the police got there. I already knew how to talk to the police. So I was like, "Look, I know my rights. I'm leaving." They told me leave, I'm leaving. Y'all don't need my information. Y'all could already get it from them anyway. But it's like, yeah, I dipped, man. I left, so I didn't get arrested, didn't get in any more trouble, but I did wild they ass out. I definitely wilded on out a little bit, but respectfully, But I just had to base on them a little bit because I was in a fucked up situation. So I got my whole life on my back in the backpack, fat ass backpack. That one actually, the blue one over there, big ass duffel, and I'm walking, bro. I'm just walking down this alley, and I don't know where the fuck I'm going. But I just know I'm walking away from this hotel. And like I'm just thinking like, damn, like I called the place. They like, "All right, yeah, we processed your refund. You'll get it in 2 3 business days."
Right.
So I'm like, damn, I'm not even gonna be able to sleep in a hotel tonight. That was the plan. Sleep in the hotel room, watch the finals. I'm not gonna be able to do that. So I was walking, and then I end up behind Boot Barn. And I just sit. Like, I don't know it's Boot Barn at the time, but that's what the fuck it was. And I just take a sit, and I just start crying, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Tears start coming down. I just start feeling bad for myself. Just hella bad for myself. Like, what the fuck is you doing, nigga? You live in hotel to hotel. You just got kicked out of the fucking hotel. Now you don't even got $70 to get another one. And you just had to like dead ass promise the whole world to your family to get that $70, like in the first place. So yeah, I just sat there, I cried, bro. And then after I cried, like it felt good crying. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, cause what I realized was I was just being a little bit too hard on myself, you know? And I was like, yo, I gotta give myself some grace. So yeah, I stopped crying. I looked around. I saw it was trees around me. Like it was space around me. And it was enough space to a point where I could, prop my shit up and take a nap right there if I wanted to. Then I looked around some more. I saw it was outlets back there. It was outlets back there from my phone. I'm like, man, I could charge my phone. And I'm gonna say one more thing while I was crying, bro. I was praying to God. I talked to God. I was like, God, like, help me. I asked him to help me on some real shit because I did not know what to do. But yeah, after I asked him for that, I started actively moving, looking around, seeing my environment. Like, okay, hold up. I got clothes. I could layer up at night if I do have to sleep outside. Let me check the weather. You know what I'm saying? Check the weather. Oh, okay. It's only going to be like 68. That's the coldest it's going to be. That's going to be way colder, than what it says, but I could do that. I just got to layer up. Man, I started looking at shit differently. The first night that I spent outside, I watched the playoffs. I watched the finals, man. I was like, I just was layered up watching the finals. I had my phone freshly charged because of the outlet right there. And I'm just like, damn, this is what the fuck I would have been doing for $70. Now I'm just doing it for free. And something clicked in my head like, oh, I was making this shit worse than what the fuck it was. I was making this fear something that was destroying my life. It was literally making me spend thousands of dollars of my family's money just because I had this fear of sleeping outside. So that first night, I overcame the fear. And then I started thinking, I was like, all right, bet. What do you want to do with your life right now? What do you want to do right now, like to further your life? And I was like, I dead ass want to chase the dream of being a podcaster, of having a podcast, of my business. You know what I'm saying? Investing in it, really putting my all into it. And I was like, that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. So I just started talking to Chat GPT. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't talking to really none of my friends, bro. I wasn't talking to none of my friends. Chat GPT was my only friend, bro. And the Chat GPT plus, mind you, not regular Chat GPT. Fuck regular Chat GPT. That shit is toxic. But yeah, Chat GPT plus. I'm talking. I'm like, Chat, I need my own podcast studio. How the fuck I'm gonna get this shit? Chat, like, look, man, you could get investors. Your cousin already gave you 1,000 like a couple months ago. He could give you some more bread. Aunt Diane, she could give you some bread, or your mother, she could give you some bread. And I'm like, dang, you right, Chat. Let's put together a plan. Put together the plan. And you know what I'm saying? 2 months later, one failed headquarters down. This is where we at, man. Headquarters 2, Baltimore podcast, episode number 30.
So big 30.
Shit, man. But yeah, like, don't be afraid to fail
Facts.
or sleep outside for real. You know what I'm saying? That should be fun sometimes. That should be fun sometimes. I don't want to do it again. I'm just saying, but if
Yeah, nah, I feel
if
you.
if you have to, you know what I'm saying, do that shit. And yeah, every night I just started going harder on the text, like, or on my plan. I was like, all right, so boom. If I get, like, let me look at this office space. I start looking in the office space. You know what I'm saying? How much do this cost? How much the office space costs? At the least, let me find that out. I'm seeing the prices. Yeah, it's some crazy prices, but it's some reasonable shit too. I'm like, all right, bet. If I could get my fam to fund this office space, I know I have a place I could pod. I know I have a place I can perform my business, the service of my business. I can make money. This is how I will become a millionaire. The goal is to become a millionaire and to help the future generations.
Feel you.
What's your goal? When you said like you got a goal, like you was like my you saving this money, you got this end result goal. What is that goal?
The end result goal is to be wealthy. Um, I want to be wealthy to a point where I can provide for my family, um, the ones that's around me. I want to become wealthy, so because I've been thinking about legacy, because I want to, child of my own. I want to get married. I want to, I want to leave something behind. When it's all said and done. Um, and just one of the things that just stuck with me while you was telling your story, and just not being afraid to fail. I just had to think about all the times that I was afraid to fail. How many times that there was a lot of things um that a lot of things that I got into coming up in my adult life that I was actually good at, but I didn't pursue it, or I didn't go on with finishing it because of not being unknown or not being sure of the unknown. You know, being afraid of the unknown. How many times, things that I just quit on or just gave up and was just like, you know what, let me just start something new. Like, I'm 35 years old. I don't have that many more, starting overs to do. So now it's, like you said, removing all fear, removing all doubt from your mind, and just making a decision and just going forward with that decision. And I don't know if you noticed, I wore this shirt to this show. The shirt.
What do that say?
The shirt says confident. The reason why I wore this shirt,
Show the camera.
the reason why I wore this shirt today, and shout out Sheen. That's why I got the shirt for him. But yeah, you know, the shirt says confident. Reason being is because sometimes I lack confidence in myself. I lack confidence and me saying that I'm the person that I say I am. Well, this is the day that I'm regaining my confidence back. This is the day that I'm regaining my confidence no matter what the circumstances is around me. This is the day that I am regaining my confidence in terms of giving myself approval. I am worth it. I know my worth. I am valued. I have something that I can offer to the masses. I am a leader of people no matter how jacked up the situation may be around me. I got to stop being afraid of the unknown. I have to make the big moment. I have to make the moment mean something. I've been thinking about my family's last name, and my family wouldn't want me to be having all these fears, having all these doubts when I definitely know who I am, who I say I am. So from this day going forward, we
Confident.
Very well.
confident.
Very well.
When you go to the job and you feeling like you about to be overwhelmed and you think you about to be stressed out and the people around you just about to blow your day to an all-time high, remember, be confident. When your circumstances is not to what you're up to your likings and things is not in your favor and you still trying to figure out how you're going to make it from this day to that day, you have no idea how you're going to accomplish the goals that you set for yourself. Remember, confident.
It's real.
Very well.
When you truly have confidence in yourself, and I'm not meaning having the confidence when things is going good in life, because it's easy to be confident to when everything is going in your favor. It's easily to pop your shit when everything is going in your favor. It's easily to flex on a nigga when things is going in your favor. But when you down, when things is not in your favor, when all hell's breaking loose, can you still pop that same you was popping when you was winning?
Oh my God. That's real. Cause that really show you, like, if you could talk to yourself positively when everything is going bad, like that's a gift right there. That's really where you start talking to yourself. You believe it. Like, I was like, yo, I'm sitting on this steps, like knowing I'm about to sleep outside this night. And I'm like, yo, I will be a millionaire one day. And I will tell this story to people. I will not forget this. I will not forget this feeling of being forced to sleep outside. Cause I know it's only temporary. It's not something I'm finna do forever, but it's something that I won't be afraid of. I can't be afraid of it because I'm experiencing it. But I will make sure, with this experience, I will hopefully, like, deter other people from being afraid to sleep outside if it's going to get them closer to their dreams, or avoid it if they don't have to. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's failing. That's sleeping outside. And that don't mean you going to die because you sleep outside a couple nights.
If anything, it makes you better aware of your surroundings.
Makes you mentally resilient, more mentally resilient.
If anything, it makes you more self-aware.
Facts.
Very well.
Facts.
Not only makes you more self-aware, it makes you more appreciative when life starts turning around in your favor.
Dude, bro. It do, man. Like, cause at this point, things is going in my favor a little bit more, but it's like I realize I just need to like it's still a lot more work to do. You know what I'm saying? It's no place to get comfortable. Just being thankful for what niggas did accomplish, of course, but it's a lot of work to do, man. A whole bunch of work.
For me, it's more of just realizing that I am I am blessed for a lot of things. I've been blessed with a lot of things. Um, Blessed with a lot of opportunity. I need to be a more appreciative. I need to be a more appreciative of the journey. I need to be a more appreciative of the people that's set around me in this life. I need to be more appreciative of the moment that I'm in, realizing that the stuff that not even just myself, anybody, just being so overwhelmed or just being so just fluttered with just what you got going on with yourself, but then not realizing that there's someone else who's going through something way more jacked up than you, who would instantly trade places with you with a snap of a finger if they could. So just start thinking
Real.
about things like that. Keep that in consideration because the stuff that you think that are major problems, the stuff that you think is that you call suffering, that's just really what just comes with the territory of your life.
Mm.
You'll be all right. Just roll with the punches.
Oh yeah, you definitely right about this people that betray places. Cause when I was outside, yeah, I watched the playoffs, but what I was also watching is like solo travelers going to third world countries and seeing the poverty in third world countries. It makes being homeless in America literally like you living in 2077. You know what I'm saying? Like it you're thankful. You're thankful that you have resources. Oh, I got an outlet right here. Oh, I got Dollar Tree down the street where I'm about to cash out tomorrow morning. Like, oh, I got a whole bus system that could get me to all parts of the city in less than an hour. Like you start paying attention to these things like these blessings, like, oh, like it's not as bad as I'm making it seem. And it's like it could be worse. When niggas say that shit could be worse, I swear, bro, you gotta really think that, know it. Cause shit can be a lot worse. And we be thinking shit is bad, and it's not nowhere near as bad as it could be sometimes.
Facts, 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 facts. Facts, 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 facts. Facts, 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 facts.
Very well.
Oh yeah, man. Niggas is blessed, bro. Niggas is blessed. In these third world countries, bro, they is eating nasty ass shit. Nasty shit. And it's dirty. Nobody is washing their hands. And they don't have bed sometimes. Niggas is broke. Don't got clothes. Niggas have to steal, rob. Niggas have to really hustle to make sense a day. Cents. After working 12 hours, they getting 50 cents. If they get 50 cents in 12 hours, that's a win. That's a win for them. This money shit is fake. You can't get caught up in the money shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? We say we want to be millionaires, but I just saw this shit with DDG and what is that nigga name? That light skinned nigga, Ben Nadon. And they was like, bro, this nigga just made like $1.5 million off a bet. And like he was like, bro, what the fuck is up with this money? Like it don't even feel good when we win the money. And they was just having a real conversation about, oh, because it's really not about how much money you have or how much money you win or earn. It's about what you do with it. What are you doing with the money? It's not receiving the money. It's blessing others with the money. It's supporting others' dreams, supporting your own dreams, buying into your dreams. Man, it's helping the less fortunate. Man, it's providing. That's really what it's about with that money. You know, is more money, more problems. I'm saying that's what Big said, but at the end of the day, I just know money is a tool, and we got to be smart when we using it, man, or it'll use us. It'll use us out this bitch.
To whom much is given to whom much is required. So, like the saying is more money, more problems, and that's the notion that people we ran behind for a while. But you're right. When you're blessed with when you blessed with a certain amount of wealth that you can give to others that'll help enriching their lives. That's what comes with it. That's what comes with it. That's what's required. That's what that's what comes with it. Um, and sometimes I be thinking about, God dang it be Muff is always calling for money and things of that nature. But it's like that's what comes with the life that we want, the life that we are aiming for. That's that comes with the goals that we want to reach. That's the goal. That's the what comes with the territory. You know, with moving how we want to move later in this life. So, um, also, I just want to be more humble. I know, on this journey, just I've let in the early successes become, make me become a worse person. I've seen the worst part of me because of success, and I don't want to be that person. When when the success comes, I want to be keen, even, calm, cool, and collective, humble, you know, ready to serve others, ready to make a difference when I'm up as well as I'm down.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying, yeah, man. Like we receive a lot when we blessing others, and it's like, you know, I don't know, man. Just be thankful. We all blessed, my nigga, for real. And
Facts.
just gotta think about these ways that we is blessed sometimes. I got some shit. Kick some shit to them real quick, bro. I got some shit I got. All right, so all right, here I got a saying. The devil only know what you hear. God only knows what you think. What does that mean to you?
I'm not really sure. You're gonna have to break that down. So
The
that's
the devil only knows what you hear, but God only knows what you think. So I got from an intention is powerful because it's like you'll hear fucked up shit said about you sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I process it. You'll hear fucked up shit about you, but the way you think about that fucked up shit being said to you can align you with God. Cause at this point, it's like looking at these fucked up situations and being like, oh, this person is just projecting. This person was an innocent baby, and somebody just fucked this person over, and now they're trying to, fuck me over with some words. Like, but I'm stronger than that. I'm more mentally resilient to allow myself to be, put at a disadvantage or look down upon myself because they s- had some words that I didn't like. So the devil knows what you hear. Yeah, I heard that fucked up shit you said, but God only knows what you think. When you think about that shit, that's really where You know what I'm saying? You could process it and turn it into fuel. You could turn it into something powerful. You could turn it into an opportunity to uplift this person because you see that they're hurting. That's why they're projecting hate. So like that's even more of a reason to, you know what I'm saying, show them love. Go out your way, sometimes. And that's really what I'm trying to do now. I'm trying to get better at that. Um we is getting older. I'm 33 at this joint, My daughter Callie, she 12, man. She growing up fast as shit, but that's my baby, dog. That's my baby. And I know like at all of this shit that I'm doing, I'm putting this out there. I know she will benefit from it one day. I know her kids will benefit from it. Their kids will benefit from it one day. And same with your kids. Yeah, you don't have a kid yet, but you will. You will have multiple children, bro. They'll have children. And they'll have children. You just gotta speak it into existence because this is what we're building right now. When we on these conversations being vulnerable, you don't know how many people are terrified to one, more or less talk and be vulnerable, but two, do it on the open stage on a platform, bro. It takes balls. It does. And what we're showing is that, this isn't something to be afraid of. So our kids, they'll already have that ingrained in them. They won't have the fear of, oh, I don't want to say. No, they just gonna speak their minds. You know what I'm saying? The truth, no lies, the truth, and do it on public platforms because that's how most people can benefit from it. To be honest, but yeah, man,
Facts.
you gonna have a kid, bro. You gonna have multiple kids, bro. So all right, so I do got to ask you about the moon landing shit. I know you've been seeing me talk about this shit, but I ain't really talked to you about this shit. Like, what you think?
I've always had a feeling that the moon landing, all that stuff was fake.
So, like, do you think we went to the moon or not?
I don't think so.
And like, bro, that's very interesting that you said you always had a feeling, because like I remember when we talked about how the Earth was made, and like you was just talking about God. You was reading the Bible, and I was talking about all this space shit that I realized over time is like, oh, these motherfuckers just guessing. They don't know what the fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? You think about even some of these subjects, like they're man made. You know what I'm saying? Like they're man made subjects. So it's like the spiritual battle, man, is a real thing and it's going on right now. And I feel like man is trying to trick, other men to think that he is God because he has left this planet and walked on a different planet. But in reality, this did not happen. The Artemis shit is fake. All six moon landings is fake. Fuck NASA. All of the money that NASA getting need to be put into our most impoverished communities in America. That's how we elevate as a country. Fuck NASA. Fuck that like cartoons, bro. What the fuck? What the fuck? We don't need that shit, bro. I don't need that shit. Come clean. NASA was made by Nazis, bro. After World War II, they put the Nazis in charge of NASA. NASA is Nazi. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just with the S turned around. Okay, but the A and the A not a I. But you know what I'm saying, bro? These niggas was making rockets, bro. They was making rockets to blow motherfuckers up. And then they start lying to the people like, yeah, we could take these rockets to the moon. Bro, it is manipulation. They manipulating the masses with this bullshit. And it's like if they lied to us for years about something like that, imagine what else motherfuckers are lied to us about, bro. Did you discover what happened with the Charlie Kirk shit? I unpacked that shit too. I solved it.
To be honest, I heard or saw a lot on social media on the news in regard into Charlie Kirk's passing. Um, I was just in the notion because it was so much going on in the world. I just wanted to detach from it. It was just so much going on, and with the government lockdown, with Charlie Kirk passing, just with prices of everything going up, or whatever the case may be. Just it was a lot, that was going on that was distracting, me, and I think it's distracting a lot of the masses from getting their lives in order because it's easy to indulge into politics. It because politics, indulging in politics can be very time consuming, so you don't have the time to get your life in order. Watching sports, um, football games, basketball games, those are big distractors, that will consume your time in regards to you're doing that instead of getting your life in order. Uh, Partying, going to the bars, going to the clubs. That's a big distractor. And of course, going out, it gives the allure. It's a mystique about it because it's going to be a gathering of people, a gathering, of people that's coming out with the objective of drinking, dancing, conversing, having a good time. And as a guy's like, okay, I can have the opportunity after a long week to go out to the bar, go out to the club, to hang out with my homies, let my head down, take my fitted off, talk to some women, try to get some numbers, whatever you're trying to get out of that night or that weekend. It's still a distractor, fro- instead of getting your life in order. So I think as a whole community, I think we're very distracted.
Wh- What do you think getting your life like? What does getting your life in order mean to you?
Getting your life in order, s- I think first it starts with yourself. I think getting your life in order, you have to realize you have to sit down internally and realize where you are at this current moment of your life. You have to realize, or think about what are you putting your time into, what are you putting your money into, and has that been conducive to your life so far? Have you gotten the results that you've wanted so far with the moves that you've been making, the time that you invested in these certain things, the how what you're putting your money into? If you don't, if that answer to your question is no, then it's time to adjust. How do you make those said adjustments? It depends on what you don't like in terms of your circumstance. If you're a person who is in, indulging these certain activities and it has caused you not being in shape, then maybe it's like, okay, maybe instead of indulging my time into politics as much, or maybe put spending my money on this, maybe I need to invest in some weights. Maybe I need to invest in going to the gym. Maybe I should invest my time on going on runs, going on trail walks, doing something that can better yourself. And whatever you don't like where you're at in terms of depending on the circumstance, that's where you make the adjustment, because not all circumstances or not all adjustments need to be made financially. Um, Sometimes it could be mentally. Sometimes you may be trying to be involved in this, freedom fight for this, speak your mind for this, and you don't have what's going on in your household in order. You don't have your internal self in order. You don't have what's going on with you mentally in order. So instead of branching out and doing everything, I think we have to get more in tune of getting ourselves in order before we branch out to other things, because those things can be very time consuming. Trust me, I do it myself. I
Honestly,
do it a lot myself.
shit. All right, so yeah. Like, all right, so what you spending on? Like, give me some more. What else you got?
Well, besides, the thinking about the, adjustments, um, a vision board.
You got a vision board?
I have a vision board.
Does it like what? What's on your vision board?
What's on my vision board is in different categories.
You got cars up on there?
Huh?
You got cars on there?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of cars you got on there?
Either a Honda Accord or Hyundai Sonata, something.
That's it.
Yeah, something
Shit,
basic.
I put a fucking Bentley on my shit, man.
You put a Bentley on yours.
Hell yeah, we shooting for the stars, man. What the fuck? Hondas is easy. You can easily get that Honda.
I
You gonna
mean,
get it.
I mean, I feel you, but in terms of just in terms of goals, in terms of the vision board, my vision board wasn't in terms of material. It wasn't like a materialistic vision board. It was more in terms of goals that I want to accomplish for myself. So on that vision board, I have, you know, it's like 6 month goals, 3 month goals, 60-day goals, 30-day goals, daily goals, work goals, gym goals, and with these goals, have them cut out, have them taped, insert in places of the house so I can have vision, so I can have access to them with my eyes, so I can see what I write down. So when I see it, okay, it could be instantly on the mental. So it's like, okay, I can instantly start thinking about how am I going to get to these goals. Get to the state that I want to get into. Like,
So like, are they like, all right? So you got like feelings up, like words up there? You mean or
yeah,
okay? How often do you look at it? Like in the morning and before you go to sleep?
I would look at it in the morning and throughout the day. I need to start looking at it before going to sleep. But because, like, of course, working the 9 to 5 and after the 9 to 5, I'm still in that mode of trying to get all the daily goals checked off and in order. So when it comes to looking over the vision board during the night, I sometimes skip it because I just be going to sleep.
That's understandable. I was reading this book called Think and Grow Rich,
Hmm.
like, and bro was just like talking about the power of positive self talk and positive thinking. And yeah, like he was like, if you have a goal you want to accomplish, the best times to read it is write it down and read it in the morning when you wake up and right before you go to bed. Like, he said just do it one time, but I was like, man, you should do that shit 5 times. You know what I'm saying? It'll be more effective.
Yeah, no, I feel you because it's funny that you mentioned the power of positive thinking. I read that book actually, and
Yo, and that, ain't that hold up? You remember the story about his son with his ears?
hmm
Wasn't that crazy, bro?
that was crazy. I also, do you remember the chapter? It was talking about how for the power of positive thinking, it was talking. I think it was like chapter 9, and it was talking about how thinking negative thinking negative, it can impact your health. And what it was saying, it was like it gave an example of this woman. Like she would come to the doctor, she was always negative. She was always, thinking negative, speaking negative, and yelling, whatever the case may be. And she would always come to the doctor's office or the hospital, and she was always sick, or she always had like some illness or some condition. And but then come to find out it was because the negative thinking, it was like the negative output that she was portraying in life. And once she started thinking more positive, her her health condition started to be well, her output on life started to be better. It was interesting to think about.
This the book you talking about?
Yes, right there.
All right, see, yeah, I read something different. I read this shit. Think and Grow Rich.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I don't have that one. I have the power of positive thinking. I have How to Win Friends and Influence People,
Oh yeah.
7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
You be going to the library?
I need to start going to the library.
You do, bro. You do like that. I gotta recommend the gym. Of course, you got that down. Next is the library, bro. Like you see this book right here,
hmm
nigga. I can't wait to start reading that shit.
The
Like,
public speaking one.
yeah, like what is it called?
It's called Public Speaking F for the Genius.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm saying, we speaking publicly, bro. We gotta be good at this. We gotta progress at this. You know what I'm saying? Like I really be watching the tape. I be seeing what I lacked on. I be seeing what I'm improving on. But I still got a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? I gotta get better at this. Like for real, in 10 years, like if I want to run for president, I should be able to.
Yeah,
Giving it a
I
buck.
feel you. I feel you.
Oh yeah. Same with you. If you wanted to run for president in 10 years, you should be able to.
No, fact. That's what I'm saying. I feel because I agree 1,000%.
All right, yeah. Before we get up out of here, what you finna leave him with, Dave?
The Baltimore podcast message of the day. The message is don't be afraid to fail. When you are unsure of the unknown and you having doubts, when you having questions about whether you are who you say you are or whether you're going to accomplish the goals that you say that you're going to accomplish, don't be afraid to fail. When you see all hell breaking loose and the things that you think that were in your control is not out of your control, and then from there you just spend the rest of your energy just worrying instead of making moves to progress. Don't be afraid to fail,
Don't be afraid to fail.
because when take it from me, take it from him, when you decide to second guess, when you decide to doubt, self sabotage, you ultimately decide to fail anyway.
Mm, dang.
You ultimately decide to fail when you decide to self sabotage. You ultimately decide to fail when you decide to self doubt. You ultimately decide to fail when you decide to procrastinate. We're not doing that no more 2026. We're trusting in the process. We're believing that we're going to accomplish all things through the mighty Jesus Christ. And we're going to trust and believe and move forward, because through every success, we have to fail, because that fail is not even an L. It's just a lesson, something to think about.
Big facts. Dave Manny himself. Man, Baltimore Podcast, episode number 30. Just middle class cow, aka Cow Coleman, aka Dote's Wolfgang. But shit, yo, we out here, man. Don't be afraid to fail. Jesus is king.